So the question was asked on Spartan Life Coach YouTube channel yesterday, what is depression? What are the root causes of depression? And why does my friend repeatedly have suicidal thoughts? So the first thing I need to deal with is the major myth about depression, which is that it's caused by a chemical imbalance. I call it a major myth because it's the myth on which the whole psychopharmaceutical injury, I nearly said. That's a Freudian slip. It's not an industry, it's an injury against your soul, against your mind, against your personal sovereignty. God damn it. It's mind rape. So they produce these products that are supposed to cure you of a disease that doesn't exist because there's no scientific evidence for it existing. There is no and has never been any scientific evidence for depression being caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain. That's just a use of hoodoo voodoo quack language. Oh, it's a chemical imbalance, it's very complicated, you wouldn't understand. Just take these pills, there you go. It's not science, it's not scientific to say it's caused by a chemical imbalance. There is no evidence for that. So that's the first major myth that needs to be dealt with, because the reason why I hate that myth so much is, apart from the fact that it holds up a whole industry of a very, very evil, very evil industry, is that it's genetic determinism, and it encourages people to think fatalistically. Oh well, I'm just born with that gene that makes you depressed, so there's no hope for me unless it's drugs, and if the drugs don't work then I'm screwed. Nonsense and weakness. This is defeatism and weakness, and that is banned. Why is your friend depressed? Because his life is probably depressing. Even psychiatrists are coming around to this now. You can't paint all psychiatrists with the same brush and be like, oh, they're all corporate cocksuckers who just want to shovel these evil drugs into the mouths of innocent folk. Not at all. There's some really, really good people out there who really genuinely do care. Many psychiatrists are waking up to the idea that it's caused by a chemical imbalance is a nonsense. Hey, I don't refute the idea that it might be proven one day, but I vehemently refute the idea that it's been proven to date. So, moving on from that, what else is causing depression? I think simply just living a life that is depressing. The key to human happiness is fairly simple. Whether it's logical or illogical doesn't really matter. We are set up in such a way that we need progress. We need to feel like our lives are going somewhere. That makes us happy. When I'm doing personal training for people, casually, not professionally, but like I'm helping people out in the gym, I encourage them a lot. And I make them feel good, because that anchors the state of feeling good and happy and motivated to doing the exercises. And I make sure that when they make progress that I acknowledge it and that they acknowledge it. Hey, you just lifted more weight than you did before. It makes people feel good, it makes them happy. Why is your life or your mate's life depressed? Why is he depressed? Because his life is depressing. Probably not that healthy. Too much use of the internet, too much time spent watching TV, not enough exercise. At this point, some people get all pissy and are like, oh my god, you're saying I'm depressed because I don't go to the gym, as if going to the gym would solve everything. Unfortunately, going to the gym is only one part of an overall puzzle. You don't even have to go to the gym, but your body and mind are not two separate units, they're one unit. And if your body is in a shitty state, your mind will go down as well. As somebody who loves the gym and as a psychologist, I know that if I drink, I don't really drink that much nowadays, but if I drink the next day, I can be a mess. I'm an emo mess. You show me one of those RSPCA adverts with the kitten in the rain and tears will spring out from my eyes. Men's tears, manly tears full of testosterone, but tears nonetheless. And not every time, but a lot of the times if I've been drinking. If I overtrain, I'm greedy in the gym and overdo it, I can feel my thoughts spiraling and my state spirals a little bit. A good way to combat that is to have a sense of humour and to use rationality and you can pull yourself out, but it takes time to learn how to do that. Your mind needs to be disciplined. Your body needs to be disciplined. A normal life is depressing. If you eat normal people's food, if you have an average diet, average training habits, average TV watching habits, average alcohol drinking habits, and you abuse the occasional recreational drug, and you smoke, and you're overweight, and you have a shit job that you fucking hate that isn't going anywhere, and you have a shittier relationship in which you feel like you're being abused and raped and taken advantage of, all of these things will stack up to you feeling depressed. A normal life is depressing. Your average person's life is fucking depressing. And that's why you feel depressed. It's environmental. I always exhaust all the environmental options first before I start looking for any chemical solution for a psychological problem. And in all the years that I've been doing counselling and coaching with people, and in any problems that I've had to deal with of my own, chemistry's never been the answer. It's just not necessary, because your body and brain is producing its own chemicals all the time anyway. So things to look at: improving the healthiness of your lifestyle, all the boring stuff, better sleep patterns, get to sleep before midnight. There are hormones that you create apparently inside your brain and inside your body that you only create between 11 and 2 o'clock in the morning, and they're essential hormones that if you don't have can leave you feeling depleted and depressed. Drink plenty of water, give up crap foods, smoking, alcohol, recreational drugs, hit the gym up, walk outside, get in nature, get your lungs full of air, do all your normal healthy stuff, and then check yourself. You know, why are you depressed? Are you in a shit relationship? Are you still living at home with family that drive you nuts? I mean, I don't want to make a presumption about your age, sir, the person who asked the question, but you sounded younger. So maybe your friend still lives at home. Living at home, you know, beyond the age of 18, we're really not supposed to live at home. And I can tell you, in terms of your sanity, one of the best first points of call is to get the fuck out. That requires money, which requires a job. Guess what? If you're not earning and you haven't got a job, you'll be depressed because you'll feel worthless. If you haven't got a bird and you haven't got prospects of getting a bird, or if you are a bird and you haven't got prospects of getting a fella. It's not sexist. I'm from the north of England. We say the word bird. If you don't like it, I don't apologise. What are you going to do now? You could get angry with these glowing pixels, and you could write an angry comment below, but it won't make any difference. That is another good point. Anger. If you repress anger, or you want to say something but you keep pushing it back down, that can actually make you ill. That if you're consistently getting sore throats and headaches, and I'm recovering from a cold, congestion. I do believe in psychosomatic causes of illnesses. I had too many things on my plate. I had too many different business ventures I was looking at. My thoughts became convoluted and I ended up sick. And the sickness was massive amounts of mucus and a head cold. That just represents the congestion of thoughts. You don't have to believe in that, but you should believe in the notion that if you repress anger, righteous anger, you will become depressed, because you're depressing means to push down, and eventually you get pushed down. When you depress a button, it's to push down. That's what depressed means. So if you repress and depress, then you'll feel depressed. So the expression of anger, expressing the truth, can be a big part of it. Look at your life. Where are you going? What are your goals? Do you need some coaching? Hey, you could come and get coaching from me. Do you see how I work that sales pitch in there so smoothly? It only costs $30 an hour, 20 quid an hour, and if you can't afford it, guess what? I do it for free for karmic love points. Just add me on Skype. I'll leave the details in the information bar below. I think that's enough on that one. Thank you very much for your time, guys. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the comment thing below, and this is probably a topic that we'll discuss again on another day. Cheers.